In the case of one foreign bribery, where the chief audit executive has prepared the report and this report was shelved by the executive management, what do you think was the ethics responsibility and the ethics obligation of the chief audit executive?
So in a scenario where a chief audit executive is doing nothing, if management decides to shelve a audit report, it begs some questions to me is, are they really fulfilling their obligation to the board of directors or the governing body? There is certainly opportunities for management to disagree with the chief auditor, but the chief auditor does have an obligation to report to the board any risk that they believe is unacceptable, that management has accepted, that the chief auditor thinks is not acceptable for the organization. And they are obliged to advise and let the board of directors know. So in those types of scenarios, I would question, is the chief audit executive, to meet their ethical obligation, are they informing the board in the proper way? And I've always found, based on my experiences, that a well-crafted correspondence, written letters, acknowledged receipt to your board members, who most importantly are the fiduciaries. I mean, they have a fiduciary obligation to the organization. So if we're talking in context of public companies, they have an obligation to their shareholders. They have an obligation to their investors. While management is a key stakeholder, the board are in fact the users of those reports. So making sure that it gets to them so that they have an opportunity to make determinations and decisions with respect to those senior managers who might have a desire to shelve that audit report, in my opinion, I think would satisfy the CAE's ethical obligation.